Sometimes I say that I want you back, but and I know love is like the phases of the moon. And I know.
How's the morning, guys?
We had some fun. We did some photos. We did solos. We did doubles, duos. I'm having fun. It's been a long time since I've been able to hang out with beautiful ladies.
That's true. We haven't.
I missed you.
I haven't seen you in years. I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
We were passing ships in San Diego or something.
That's right. No.
I come up with pictures. I'm like, oh my god, look at so high. Good pick, girl. You're the best. Oh, nailed that look, girl. That's it. So yeah, it's fun catching up.
It's so nice.
I'm just showing her a picture of her.
We're talking about pressure of being.
Yeah, I know. Why do I look so psycho? Sorry.
It's a picture of Alicia.
We were talking about the pressure of being in the industry yesterday, and I was wondering if you ever feel a sense of responsibility playing characters like Sam, Picard, and Shadow Moon, and if that's something that's ever in the perspective because of when you got to those characters.
I treat every character like I would treat any character, which is just from a place of, care and love and truth and honesty, and it's just every single one of them. There is a responsibility, but it comes just from wanting to do the best work possible. There's no particular character takes precedent over the other. I think if I'm doing a good job, then it'll translate, hopefully. But yes, of course, there's a lot of care and love because it's, what I'm passionate about and also my job.
Yeah, exactly what Alicia said. At the end of the day, as much fun as this is, we still need to pay the bills. So every role you give 100%. It doesn't matter how large or small. You want to work again. But yeah, there's a little bit of pressure for certain themes or important things that you want to raise awareness of. So we talk about diversity and we talk about representation. Which I spoke yesterday about how important it is for everyone to see themselves on a screen, so they can relate. And so there is that. And then there's, for me, I'm a very positive, happy person, and I like to promote that as much as possible, despite all my characters being constantly tortured and dark. So for me, I like to see good things happen to good people. So my characters are good people, and I like to try and, it's very much so in American Gods that a lot of bad stuff happens, but we're talking about him having good things and winning the day. Because it sets a good example. So,
Opposite, I want to play difficult characters all the time.
No, I want to play the villain, I want to play the bad guy, but I was just saying, so
in your headspace, though, they are good inherently.
I'd love to play a villain or something bad or dark or funny, but for me, with Lincoln, this was a good moral character who was executed for doing a good thing, and I think that's the wrong example to set to a younger audience or an audience out there where you're saying people who do good work are punished. For me, there are different ways you could have written that to still get your story across, but set a better example for people who think, the bad guys always win. It doesn't pay off to be good. So I kind of like the fact that with Shadow Moon, we're working on the good guys winning sometimes too, and showing that, promote that positivity. And so that's me trying to bring a little bit of Ricky into shadow.
I have a table. And I'm very loud! This mic still works, right? You can still hear me! Yes, you can!
Dans American Cup, du coup, ce que j'aime bien, c'est que les personnages, quand ils sont vivent des situations compliquées, c'est toujours des bonnes personnes, ou alors il y a toujours une bonne raison pour ce qui arrive en fait, et c'est ça qui est bien. Alors que Lincoln, par exemple, ce qu'il n'avait pas apprécié, c'est qu'il a été tué, alors que c'était une bonne personne, et qu'il faisait une bonne chose. Et il a été tué pour ça, et il trouvait que ça ne donnait pas un bon exemple des gens bien qui font des choses bien. Alors que dans American Gods, parfois les gens ils viennent quand même, mais pour les bonnes raisons. Est-ce qu'on a une autre question? Allez. Oh.
C'est pour savoir si vous pouvez choisir un super pouvoir, lequel ce serait et surtout pourquoi faire.
Alicia?
Oui. If you had a superpower, which one would it be and why? What would you do with it?
I just feel like probably lazy ones, like find that thing I lost, or like I don't know, let me eat all the carbs I want. Like I don't know, it'd be like yeah, it'd be like dumb stuff. Because like I don't know, yeah, probably.
So I've had this question before, and this is where I realized I'm an evil supervillain on the inside. So I would have super speed, but not tell anybody, and then become an athlete, and only just win every single time, but get faster every time. So every time I race, I break the world record.
You wouldn't even be using it for good.
No, but I would have like campaigns and like Nike and Adidas were like, we want to know, and I'd be like, McDonald's, like, you two could run this fast. And like, I would tell nobody. It's like, oh my god, is he gonna win the Olympics? Yes, I will. You just don't know it. And I just wouldn't tell anyone, but I'd be the greatest athlete that ever lived. And I would tell no one that I had superpowers.
Now we know who you are.
I know it's scary, right? I'm actually horrible and evil on the inside.
I'm so low key. I think, where are my keys?
Where are my keys? There they are.
Because that's the thing I want all the time. I'm always like, I know it's somewhere. I've lost it. Where is it?
And you find them in the fridge.
I've done. Well, like it would be that, or it would be like, I don't know, amazing memory. I think, although that's not like a superpower that people like.
You have an amazing memory.
No, but that's a really amazing memory. Like photographic memory, like really good.
Rain Man.
Rain Man.
Rainbow Man.
Exactly. Like that would be great. Yeah. Est-ce qu'on a une autre question?
J'aimerais savoir s'ils ont des projets à venir.
Do you have any upcoming projects? I don't right now. I just finished work and I'm so tired. Like literally, I haven't actually stopped. I think when Comic-Con finally ends, like that is the first day I'm like, oh, I have time off now, which is cool, kind of great. But no, I don't have anything lined up. You?
No, same. I too finished season 2 of American Gods, and we had a 6-month press tour around the world. I think it's like my 3rd or 4th time Paris this year. It's been crazy. So as soon as I get to go home, just want to stay home before we start shooting season 3 in September. So you're really trying to take advantage of your time at home.
It's hard because part of you really wants to nest and just rest and get your bearings back and find like, okay, who am I again? Like I spent 6 months working, like now it's me time. And it does take a toll on you, especially these kind of shows that shoot so much and so quick and everywhere else.
Dramatic and dark. It's heavy material.
Heavy action, like it takes a lot out of you. So when you finally get the chance to stop, it's suddenly you're like, oh, I'm completely immobilized. Yeah.
Thanks, I love you.
Est-ce qu'on a une autre question? Bah oui. Hello.
Bonjour.
Salut. Aw, you didn't have to cry. Sorry. On last night, promise.
La question c'est quelle est leur plus grande inspiration de tous les temps?
What is your biggest inspiration? What inspires you the most?
Alicia.
We know he's lying.
That's such a hard question, I don't know.
Are you really cheesy?
What's yours? Cheesy.
Mom and dad. My mom is my queen, my dad is my king. My dad taught me to treat everyone with respect, no matter who you are. He doesn't care what race, gender, country, age, occupation, he doesn't care. He says you treat everyone with respect. And then my mom's my queen and I owe her everything, and she taught me how to be a gentleman, to put others first, and to always look after each other and protect those who can't. Stand up for yourself and those who can't. And so for me, I don't know where I would be if I had different parents who weren't so amazing. So I owe them everything and I love them.
Well, I was lucky too. Both my parents are incredible and I'm so very grateful to have them. I was going to say something maybe more like, for me, I think films growing up, that's not so much of a person per se, but I remember watching, say, The Wizard of Oz, and that was a moment in film that I was like, this is pure magic. I watched it and it felt magic, and I could watch it over and over again, and still today I watch it. It's somehow...
What's your favourite movie?
It's hard.
What's in your top 5? So something that's just up there.
Top 5 is in no order. Oh, in there, up there is Pulp Fiction, Breakfast at Tiffany's, The Godfather, him too. Probably The Wizard of Oz is one of those films that just changed things for me. There are so many though, that it's just I don't know. But that, I think, in terms of inspiration, that was it. It was the costumes, the creation, the screen sirens. All of it. That's what I love. That's a kind of sounds like basic answer, but
Est-ce qu'on a une autre question? Avec un micro.
Oui.
Hi. I would like to ask if you have maybe a dream or a bucket list, something that you want to accomplish, because you accomplished so much in your life already, and what do you have more what you really would like to do more?
I always wanted to do a panel with just me and Alicia,
accomplished.
so I can now die happy.
Yeah, it's done. Off the bucket list. Check. You're doing yours soon.
Oh, yeah.
When? Yeah, that's my bucket list. So we were talking this morning or about. That was a secret, Alicia. Why are you telling people my business? Now I've got to explain that I'm a chicken. I'm scared of sharks. It's my only fear in the world. You can cover me with bugs, I skydive, I jump off tall buildings, nothing bothers me. But I watched Jaws when I was very, very young, and I think it affected me a little bit. So now I'm very scared. I love sharks. and I'm obsessed. I watch Shark Week, I watch every movie, every documentary. But if you put me in water, I freak a little bit. Like, even in a swimming pool, I think maybe there's a shark. Maybe one got through the vents. Like, this big shark can fit through a little vent. And I'm like, pardon? Do you have a dust in your hand when you're in the swimming pool? Yeah, I hear. Actually, that sounds like my grandma. Maybe that's why I was scared. Jaws reminds me of my grandma. So, next year, that is quite funny, right? See, it's my Netflix special. So, that was the question. So next year, I'm going to go back to South Africa, and I'm going to go cage diving with great white sharks, because I think you should always try and face your fears, and so that's going to be my biggest bucket list challenge, is to swim with great whites. I've swum with sharks before, but they were well fed. They didn't really eat humans, not that great whites don't do any either. It's more of a mistaken identity, but they were little sharks, so I felt like we'd have a good fight. But yeah, great white sharks will be my big bucket list after being here with you, Alicia.
Thank you. I don't know what's on the bucket list, but as in terms of like what I want to do, like accomplish, I would love to direct something. That's something on my list for sure. That I think I would do well at, and I would enjoy doing, and I wanted to do for a long time. So yeah, that's probably something I'll do soon. Thank you. Thank you. So that is it for our Q&A. No! Nice. Yeah. Awesome. So if you'd like to give it up for our guests.
Sometimes I say that I want you back, but I don't know if I do. Sometimes I think about the good days we had, but there were bad days too.